Hello, I'm Bob from Wick Habitat Services. I wanted to take a moment and show you a forestry mowing project done recently in the control of the invasive species buckthorn. The forestry mowing phase is the first step in the management of this aggressive invasive species. This 40-acre site is a blend of wetland, forested wetland, and upland habitats. For much of the area, the understory was almost entirely comprised of buckthorn. Here you see its density and size. If we could have seen this site last summer, the ground layer would most likely have been almost entirely devoid of vegetation. This would be due to the shading effect of the dense buckthorn above ground and the negative allelopathy that buckthorn has in its surrounding soil. The main goal of this project is to encourage natural regeneration of native plants, primarily the hardwoods oak, birch, and aspen. There is very little natural regeneration taking place. Before we can have that though, the invasive species must be managed and controlled. Forestry mowing is the first step in this process. Invasives can mean a slow death to woodlands that they take over in that they stop new trees from germinating and growing. As the older trees are removed through timber harvest, disease and insect mortality, or storm damage, there will be no young trees to replace them. Having replacement trees and native plants growing ensures long-term health and species survival and diversity of woodlands. While most of the understory was comprised of invasives, there were some native species present. The wetland areas had tag alders and dogwood, and the upland and forested wetland portions had hazelnut, hawthorn, and wild plum. You should consider these natives as allies in the fight against invasives, and they should be preserved. They provide needed competition against invasives as well as crucial habitat for wildlife. Keep in mind, we only removed invasive species from the site. It is very clear in the post-mowing views how they were so severely restricting native growth, as much of the area shows no natives in the understory. But now here we have this, a site that does not have any seed-producing invasive species, a site with no shading effect from standing invasive vegetation, a site that is easily accessible for the required future land management work, and most importantly, a site that is released from the competition of invasive species, allowing for natural native regeneration to start to take place. At this point, we will wait for the buckthorn to respond to the mowing and revisit the site later this growing season to do the herbicide application. Once the herbicide application phase is completed, we will post an updated video to show how it was accomplished and its results. I invite you to check back later to see it. If you have any questions or have a site that could benefit from my services, please contact me through my website, wickhabitatservices.com. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your land management project.